would you just like to issue an open plea to draw a holding call? Like, what is it going to take for you to draw a flag?
I mean, you just gotta keep playing, man. I'm not gonna sit here up and complain that we get held a lot, but it definitely happens sometimes. But niggas still gotta make plays.
But how hard is that? Like, it's 3 games in a row. Your jersey is literally being pulled back like 3 feet. Everyone can see it except apparently them.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be frustrating to try and play through that.
Yeah, it definitely is a little frustrating, but like I said, man, there's ways to get around it. There's things that I'm doing that are allowing them to hold on to me. So that's just on me. I gotta get better. I mean, yeah, it's a little technique stuff that we go over with Coach Jay that they can't get their hands on you, they can't hold you. So that's something that I gotta work on.
Go over your third row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors. Zach, how hard is it to pressure the quarterback when Purdue is releasing the ball as fast as it is? And if there are things that, when you look back on the film, that you guys think you guys could have done better in the pass rush?
Yeah, that's always a challenge. They was pretty much catch and throw the whole game, but there was opportunities where they did hold the ball a little longer, and we got to take advantage of those opportunities and get home.
For you personally, you're going to have a decision to make after the season about the NFL. Have you thought at all about this could possibly be your last game in Ohio Stadium?
You got to beat Michigan State.
Right behind him, Jacob Bench, the Lantern.
Speaking of Michigan State, I mean, it's going to be a top 10 showdown, and the Big Ten having 3 teams in the top 10 and not just vying for a conference title, but the CFP implications. Just how different is it that the Big Ten has quality teams, the top 10 showdown on Saturday?
I mean, I think every Big Ten opponent is good. I feel we're in the best conference in college football right now, and it shows that. You said we got 3 teams in the top 10, and that's not by accident, So we got to go out there on Saturday and play our best ball to get a win.
From the film from the Spartans, what have you seen from Kenneth Walker? I mean, his numbers don't lie. He's leading the nation in rushing. And just how do you guys plan on kind of combating that?
Yeah, he's a legit running back. He's explosive. He's a big guy. He can run through tackles. So, that's something we just got to key in this week on and make sure our run fits and our fundamentals are right.
Second row left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Kenneth, it's been a while since you guys have played maybe an elite level running back like that. You did the first 2 weeks, and you guys kind of struggled at times with CJ and with Muhammad. What did you guys learn from those 2 performances that can help you now?
That was those are the Minnesota guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I feel like we're a different defense than we were then.
I guess what makes it difficult to match up against a guy like that. I guess.
I mean, he's just a good back. I got to give all credit to him. His O-line does a good job of moving guys out the way, and he's got good vision. He sees the holes and he hits the holes hard. So, it presents a good challenge for us.
Fourth row left, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Was last week's preparation in terms of preparing for for Purdue's pass-heavy defense, was that different for the defensive line room than any other week? Or I mean, especially with the rest of the defense dropping 8, rushing 3, things like that. Was it a different preparation or was it the same?
It's pretty much the same preparation. Coach comes in with the game plan on Tuesdays, and we try to do our best to perfect it by the time Saturday comes.
What did you learn? I guess without as much pressure as you guys usually put, what did you learn about your room? What did you learn about the capabilities or how important the defensive line is in terms of the overall pass coverage?
Yeah, I feel like, the D-line is a key part to stopping the passing game. If the quarterback sits there all day with all the time in the world, he's going to, pick any defense apart. And that's on us to, get him uncomfortable, get off the spot, get him on the ground.
Third row middle, Doug Lesmerises, Cleveland.com.
Zach, you just mentioned this, that you said you're a different defense from the first couple games of the year. I mean, every year you guys grow and evolve and you get better over the course of the year. But how would you describe how much you feel like that's not us at all? There were different things this year that would contribute to that.
Yeah, I feel like one is, guys are getting more confident, guys are getting more experience, You look at the first 2 weeks, we had guys with 0 starts coming into Minnesota. There's 1 start going into Oregon, that's, you got to get your feet under you before you can start playing really good ball, and I feel like that's what we did.
And I mean, when you watch film of yourselves or whatever, I mean, do you ever look back at the first couple weeks, or is it just you're really focusing on here's what we did last week or a couple weeks ago?
Here's what we did last week, and then we focus on that opponent coming up.
Over here, front row right, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah, Zach, as you watch their quarterback, Michigan State's Peyton Thorne, what just jumps out at you about him and the way they protect him?
Like I said, their O-line does a good job of, pass protecting, guys try to get after him, and, they're sitting on blocks, and that's something that, we got to be disruptive and get him off his spot, and, make him look at his second and third option and stuff like that.
When you know another team has got an elite back, and yet they also like to throw the ball. How much does it just kind of change your mindset, as like a defensive end in a game like this, about the precaution of the run game, yet you got to get to the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop the run first. You stop the run and make a team one-dimensional, You get to pin your ears back and go rest the passer.
Did I miss anybody? Far left, deep, Brandon Gulick. Brandon Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated.
Zach, just you personally, not the defense as a whole, what have you gotten better at this year?
I feel like I've gotten more consistent. Before my past 2 seasons, I would make plays and I would go games without making any plays. Now I feel like I'm impacting the game every week.
And when you look at Michigan State's offensive line, you're prepping for this week, do they remind you of another offensive line that you've seen this year?
Not really. I mean, they're all new guys, so it's.
Front row middle, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Zach, what do you remember most about last year's Michigan State game? I mean, it was probably surreal. You didn't have Coach Day. You missed a lot of the offensive linemen. What was that game like? Do you remember?
It was cold. I remember that, and I was just happy, seeing Coach Jay out there, being a coach. That's what one of his goals, and to help him achieve that, means a lot to me.
And, I asked Coach Day this. Do you take any time, have you taken any time this year to savor having a normal season, having routines, having fans in the stands, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better than last year, being able to get in a routine and doing this every week. And you said the fans, that's huge, feeling the momentum on the field and the energy that they bring, helps a lot, definitely.
Right next door, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Zach, what do you see on film that makes Kenneth Walker a unique back, or somebody who's been able to rush for 1,400 yards this year?
He's explosive. He's got really good vision. He's got a good old line who does a good job of moving guys out the way, and he finds the holes and he hits them hard.
When you face a back with good vision, what challenges does that create for you guys? What's really important for you guys to do to defend somebody who has good vision, good cutting ability?
You just got to be gap sound. Don't get greedy. Let the players come to you.
Over here to the right, Clay Hall, WSYX.
We've all heard that cliche, one game at a time. Pretty appropriate this week. How do you, is it the respect you have for this opponent that you're not thinking about next week?
That's every week. Every week we focus on who's in front of us. You can't control the future. You got to just be where your feet at.
We go deep left, Olivia Weil, Spectrum One.
I asked Coach this, but I want to ask you too, talk a little bit about this senior class going into senior day. What would you have to say about them, their help this season, and their help the last 4 years?
The seniors, those guys, a lot of those guys were here when I was a freshman. They really helped me out a lot, just learning how to do college football. And, they've helped me as a player individually. Their leadership skills, they definitely helped me in that area as well, Like I said, we got a great senior class, and I'm definitely going to miss those guys after the season.
And we have one final question for Zach, third row middle, Doug Lesmerises, Cleveland.com.
Zach, after 3 years, how would you describe your relationship with Larry Johnson at this point?
Yeah, I love Coach Jay. He's helped me in ways that I can't even begin to discuss. When I came in here, I feel like I was still raw. I didn't really know how to play the game of football at a high level. He's taught me how to do that, and not only that, he's taught me how to be professional on and off the field.